Today we'll be showing you how to gain access to the internal components of this range hood. The model number is the WS-62N, but these steps also apply to the H model. And as we're gaining access to the internal components, you're going to want to make sure that the power to the unit has been disconnected, whether that be unplugging it from the outlet or turning off the breaker. Once we verify that there's no power going to the unit, we can continue with the with our process. First things first, we're going to remove the glass, which is being held in by two screws on each side. One here, another over here, and then another one in the back. So we're going to get those 4 screws removed, and we'll go ahead and slide out the glass forward towards the front of the control switch. Okay, now that all 4 screws have been removed, which were securing the glass to the actual body itself, you may want to use actually have 2 people doing this process, which will make it much easier. Or if not, just go ahead and take your time and make sure that you do go slowly, as you don't want to damage the duct cover, the bottom duct cover that's actually sitting on the sides of the glass. You can easily go ahead and do a slow lift, and then you're going to slide it towards the front of the unit. Make sure you do that slowly, and once you have it out, make sure that you go ahead and set the glass somewhere aside where it's not going to be damaged. Okay, now that the glass has been removed, we're actually going to go ahead and then remove this plate right here that's sitting at the top. It's actually being held by these 2 outer screws, 1 and 2, and 1 and 2 on both sides, so a total of 4 screws. Let's go ahead and get these screws removed, and we can actually take this plate off and gain access to the internal components. Okay, now that all 4 screws have been removed, we can actually go ahead and remove the plate. And let's take note of this actual covering right here. This actually protects the electrical components that are sitting in here. So when reinstalling, make sure that the shorter side, which doesn't have that much covering, faces towards the back. And also be sure not to remove this this film that's sitting on this actual sheet itself. Okay, now that we've gained access to the internal components, we can actually go ahead and replace either the control switch or the lights or the actual IC board, or even the capacitor if it needs to be replaced. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and replace the control switch, and it's actually being held in by 2 screws, and they're located on the left and on the right. So you have one here, and the other one right on the other side. Make sure. Okay, now that both screws have been removed, we can actually go ahead and take out the control switch and disconnect it from the main harness. And there you go. Now just go ahead and grab your new control switch, reconnect it to the appropriate harness, and follow the steps in reverse, and you're good to go.